G'day guys, welcome back. I just want to do a little test piece, testing some colours before I go on to a big one. Now I've just got my little cute little cake revolving stand and a tile. I'm just going to use that. When I'm doing bigger canvases I get my big turntable out, but this one works just as well. So, see, like that? Works pretty well. Right, so the colours I'm going to use are, now these are all Jo Sonjas. This one is Purple Madder. So sort of reds and gold I'm going for. Naphthol Crimson. And then I've got the black. And then some burgundy. And the gold. This is rich gold. Jo Sonjas make a pale gold and a rich gold. So this is the darker gold. And then my cell activator is the Amsterdam Titanium white. And I've mixed that 2 parts Floetrol, Aussie Floetrol, with 1 part paint. Just because I like my cell activator to be a little bit thicker. Otherwise, the lacing kind of goes all wobbly and out of shape. So I prefer it to be a little bit thicker than thinner. Yeah, so that's what I found has worked for me with my experimenting. I know a lot of people make it really thin, like they go 4:1. So obviously it works for them. Maybe they have their paints thicker than I do so that they can get away with a thinner cell activator. Not sure. Oh, it's thundering outside. I think we're going to get a storm by the sounds of it. There's bits in my paint. I don't know why. Ugh. So I'm just spreading it out a little bit. Look at those bits. The paint has been sitting in those squeeze bottles for a while. Maybe you're supposed to stir it each time. But I didn't want to shake the bottle up because it would go all bubbly and frothy, you know. It's alright, I'll just pick them out. Yeah, I don't know why we're getting that. And then I'll just put a little mound in the middle. A little pillow. And we shall start, hey? If I take the lids off, then I can do a nice little puddle. So we'll go with the Purple Madder. And then the red. And then I'll separate the red from the burgundy with a bit of black. Because I don't want them, both of the reds next to each other, obviously. Whoops. That one must be a little bit thinner than the others. It came out really fast. And a little bit of gold. There we go. Now I think I do my paints a little bit thinner than most people. But then I do my CA a bit thicker. I'm using this little bad boy today. And I've just put a medicine cup on the end. This is only 1,000 watts. My hairdryer is 2,000 watts and it's got a cold setting. So I'll be using him to blow my cell activator around. Just put a little bit on. I do like having a relatively decent amount so that I've got enough white to cover my paints. Okay, and I think that will be enough. I might get my little blower and just do a little bit there. The bigger one, if I tried to get back in there with the bigger one, I'd mess up all my lacing that I've got. So I'll just go with my little dude. nowhere near as powerful, but is better than messing up my lacing that I've already got. Look at that gold over the top. Wowzers. Hope it's not too much gold. Whatever colour's under your CA, your cell activator, is the colour that's sort of going to be more prominent or more dominant, I guess. And because it's right under the white, so it kind of spreads over everything. I'll just let that paint run into the middle a little bit. But hopefully once I start spinning, more of the colours will come up underneath. Look at these ones here on the side. See how pretty they are? That's because I pushed down into the paint and then across, so it's kind of mixing. It pushes down, picks up some colours, and then goes pushes over the top. Now I'm just going to see if my middle will let go, which it won't at the moment. I'll just wait a minute. Just put it back on there and wait. You probably can't see from up there, but these areas here where I don't have any lacing, I've got a very thin little kind of sprinkle of gold over that, which is really pretty. I do want to see if I can open that up. See how it's bunched up in there? I'll try and get that middle moving. It doesn't want to move, so I'll just persist with it. Keep going until that middle is moving. See, it's all moving together now, so hopefully it'll spin out all right. Okay, I'm liking this bit here better, where I've used my little dude. I do like my little blower. Maybe I can do another one with him. You just get a different look. Oh, I don't know. All right, let's spin this and see what happens. If you're only spinning little tiles, you don't actually need a big container like what I've got, because it only sort of makes a little bit of paint on the bottom here. It doesn't go up the side, so you can be pretty safe. If you want to spin and you don't have a box, just put down your piddle pad, your puffy piddle pad like I do, and it'll just spin on the bottom here. That's it. Now I really like that top section there with the black. Oh, what are you doing sticking up there? So I'm just going to see if I can tilt some of this off. Maybe not tilt it off, but just get the weight of the paint to go down that way a little bit. And then hopefully the weight of that will not go the other way. Go one way and then the other way, hey? Maybe? It's probably a good thing to do, rather than keep going the same way all the time. Okay, how pretty is that? A little bit here that I still need to get rid of. That middle's still smushed. Is smushed a word? Now I guess that might be from when I did that extra little puddle on top. Probably didn't need to. I just want to see if I can get that paint to move, open up a little bit. Since my middle is smushed. Whoops. I think I pushed it a bit hard. I nearly pushed the tile right off. Okay, that's better. How pretty is that, hey? Can you see the gold shine? Alright, I'll just tip that a little bit. Got a lot of burgundy there. I just want to see if I can move everything down just a touch. But see, I'm interrupting my center now. I haven't got my middle where my middle should be. But it doesn't matter. Just trying to fix my composition now. I get a little bit of that burgundy off, bring the gold down, and then I think that will be it. How pretty is that, you guys? I think I've got enough paint to do one more. I'll put this down and I'll do another one. I love these colours. This is just a little test for a bigger one that I want to do. So you'll see the video of that one later on. So let me just bring this up for a close-up. Hopefully I can zoom. It's really hard to zoom when you've got a glove on. Oh, there we go. Oops, there's my light. How pretty is that? All right, I'll take it away and focus. Come on, focus. Oh, it's really hard to do it with gloves on. Oh, there we go. I'm hitting the screen with a dirty gloved finger. I'll pop that one down, and let me just grab another tile, and I'll do another one real quick. Just close the door. Forgot to close the door when I came in. Got a bit of paint on it. Make sure that I'm making such a mess. This is, I tell you, the most messiest painting technique out of all the acrylic pourings. It's really messy. All right, let's see if I can get some more of this pillow paint out. Give it a spin. Doesn't have to go all the way over. And just a little bit more in the middle. Actually, I don't think I'll do that because that's what I did last time, and I had that middle that was a little bit too sort of squished up. So let's see what it does just like that, hey? See how that goes. Right, let's start with the purple madder again. I'm nearly out of this. Might as well use it all up. So remember, when you're putting your paint on, you want your paint to cover 1/3 of the surface. So obviously if your tile's that big, so that's about 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. So that's what I like to do. Seems to work for me. This is probably bigger than 1/3. But, you know, in saying that, I would much rather have more paint than not enough paint. Now, I'm going to use my little dude this time. No, I won't. I need to practice with the big guy. I want to practice with him. Put a little bit more white on because I want the white to be really defined. I want you to be able to see the white. I'll go a little bit deeper with it so that it blends a little bit more with the colours beneath. Just like that. Yeah, that's it. I went a bit deeper that time. Yes, I know it kind of, you know, makes a bit of a dent there. But what it does is it really mixes those colours together rather than just push the top layer of colour over the others. So you do tend to get a much nicer blending of colours. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. I'm going to lose that, aren't I? It's going to be the first bit over the side. Now, I don't think I'm going to be able to actually move that middle because I've gone quite deep there. I might just put the camera on pause just for 1 minute so that you're not hanging around being bored while we wait for that middle just to loosen up just a touch more. I might as well zoom you in a bit more. All right, I think that will be long enough. I'll zoom you in just a touch more so that you're a little bit closer. Hey, a bit hard to see sometimes when you're a long way away. Okay, now I know that's going to go off first. Just move everything down a little bit. Whoops, 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 whoops. I think it's coming off its little thing. I guess that's the only problem with not having it stuck down. Oh, that's looking pretty. Now I might be able to loosen up the middle a little bit. See how the middle's all squished up? Maybe I had too much paint. Alright, let's see if I can spin it now. Let's try and open up that middle section a little bit. The middle doesn't really move a lot. It's the edges, the centrifugal force that, you know, push all the sides off. The middle doesn't really move a lot. Now I'm just bringing this back to the center, and then I need to get this little area. See where I'm wiggling my thumb? That little line there needs to go. Might even be able to get rid of it just by tilting, actually, because it's almost gone. There it goes. You see the shine? I don't know if you can pick it up. So pretty. Maybe I've got too much paint on. You know, I go from doing a big canvas where I use so much paint and then back to a little canvas, and it's hard trying to remember, you know, how much paint to use on each one. But just because my middle is so squished, I think that's too much paint. And I don't have enough to go again. But well, let's spin one more time and see if we can open that up a little bit more, hey? Oh, I just put my finger in it. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back to my turntable. It's really much easier than trying to spin a tile, because now I've stuck my finger in it there. Look at that. You haven't really got anything to hold on to. Because I could put my finger underneath the turntable and stop it. You can't do that here. There's not enough room. Alright, stop, 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 stop. Let's have a look at you. How are you looking? You're looking pretty. Just would have liked that middle to have opened up a little bit more, but because look at that lacing on that bottom little triangle there. How gorgeous is that? That's what I was after. I have to make up some more. Love that purple madder. It's a new color that I've got. Love it. It goes so well with the burgundy and the black. Look at that just there. Love that. It's like a butterfly wing. I think just too much paint in the middle there, and it hasn't been able to push out. That's the problem. Too much paint. Oops. Okay, couldn't spin that fast enough. Don't think any more paint's going to come off now. It's kind of all done. Stop. So what do you think of that one? Really pretty, hey? Love this top corner. One I've stuck my finger in. All right, so we've got that one and the one before it. I'm going to make up some more purple madder and try again with some less paint. As I said, now you go from having a huge puddle when you're doing the big canvases, and then when I go back to the small canvases, I kind of forget that I don't need so much paint. Oh, hang on, I need to put him back down here. I'm going to put him down here on my little cookie cooling rack with his little twinsy that I made. Love that gold. I mean, I love my blues and greens, but I'm really loving this new colour scheme. Let me just pop this down here next to him, and then I'll show you both of them together, hey? So I guess if you're having like a really wobbly center like mine, that last one, this one, you've got too much paint because you just can't spin it out. There's too much there. So a little bit less paint would be good. So there's that one. That was the first one. So pretty. Love these colours. That one's got a little area in the middle there that's also a bit scrunched up. This one's got a little more black shining through, which is really nice. And you know, the red and the gold kind of make a little bit of an orangish tone. So there they are together, little twinsies, little set. I think they match really well, don't they? Well, I hope you've enjoyed that. And I'm going to go and make up some more paint and have another go with a little bit less paint this time on my tiles. All right, I will see you real soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.